will say stupid shit like, I ain't oppressed. You know what Harriet Tubman said? She said, I would have freed so many more of my people only if they knew they were slaves. All they want is comfortable oppression. It's okay with being oppressed as long as it's comfortable. Master he slapped that 10 times. He only slapped me 9. I'm all right with that.
Real life. If that shit ain't real life,
it ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. You know what time it is. Real life street stars, man. I got a special guest in the building, man. We got the legendary SMACKWATER, man.
Already, cake-ass nigga.
Yeah. Tell him why I'm a cake-ass nigga. Go get on my ass real quick.
It's cake-ass here, about you do business, you get results. But I'm an asshole when it comes to professionalism, especially punctuality, because professionalism is everything. First impression. See, I missed out on the chance of being a part of Swisher House because I was young. I was a street. I wasn't just rich, but I was having a little money. I was feeling myself. And the first time I ever went to Swisher House and with Michael Watts, on the way there, I smoked a quarter bottle, a 4 for $10, and down 2 old English 40 ounces. By the time I got there, I was out my mind and, you know, had an episode and freaked Michael Watts out, and he didn't want to fuck with me no more. It took him a long time. That was 97, and Michael Watts didn't fuck with me again until late 2009 or early 2010. But Swisher House had already, you know, done his thing. And this was before it was even named Swisher House. It was just Michael Watts tapes.
Okay, so this wasn't like their heyday when they had Comedian there.
This was before.
Gotcha.
This was, you know, I was way before all that. You know, it was Archie Lee, Lester Roy, Bebe, and Lil Pluck. Rest in peace to my little bro, Bebe. But yeah, and that's who was on Michael Watts tapes. And my partner, Bullet Wayne, took me over there because, you know, I'm legendary with the flow. You know what I'm saying? My freestyle used to be impeccable. I haven't done it in over 20 years, so, you know, but if I done it maybe like 2-3 months straight, I'll be right back in that mode. It's kind of like boxing, you know, you got to stay in shape,
right,
in order, you know, keep your sword sharp. But yeah, so I'm real big on professionalism, and I can be real anal, and I try to teach that to us as a people, because if it was the white man, you'll be on time. If it was the white man, you'll be professional. But because it's a nigga, you should understand. Yeah, be in a loser state of mind. And we've become okay with it. We don't think anything is wrong with victim mentality, with celebrating the worst of ourselves. We consider the worst of our people the best of our people. And don't get me wrong, you know, see what you about to have right now, you're about to have your Club Shay Shay Cat Williams moment. This is what you're about to have.
Let's talk about it.
You finna have the greatest interview you've ever conducted. And this not me capping or braggadocious, this just what it is.
Right.
So, because when it comes to me and the people, they know that when I speak, I don't speak from a place of hatred, a place of malice. They know that I am one of them. My story and their story line up. So they know Smack has been through the trenches. He know what he's talking about. See, the people gave me the name realest nigga on the ground.
How did you get to that point? For people there's people that's gonna watch this interview that don't even know who you are, right?
Yeah, they can go back. Google SMACKWATER, YouTube it. People ask me backstory. go to YouTube and you can go to Donnie Houston Green Room. I got backstory for days.
Right.
But, you know, it was all an accident. Fresh home from the penitentiary, I'm just breezing through it. Fresh home from the penitentiary, just doing something because I needed something to occupy my time when I wasn't at work. And I just kept doing it consistently every day, just really with no intentions of anything. It was just something that I had come to like to do, and I started doing it on a daily basis. And before you know it, people start gravitating to it. See, I've been doing this, if it's not 10 years, it's right at 10 years. I'm pre-COVID. Don't get it up. I birthed all these Johnny come latelys. This my party. I threw the party. Now, did some come to the party and get drunk and high and turn it the up and turn it out? Of course. But let's not forget whose house this is. And if you don't know, I'll help you find the dough with the fofo cake ass. Because I'm responsible for all of this real talk and all this abrasive, unabashed honesty. Because if I wasn't the first, I'm the first to do it right and show how to do it.
So what did you develop all that from? Was it the penitentiary? Because you say
no, that's just me, man. I'm a natural born leader. You put me in any environment, I'ma thrive. But I also know how to follow. I know how to play my role. I'm okay with the back seat. I'm okay with shutting the up when I don't know. I'm okay with saying I don't know. You got a lot of that just can't say I don't know. Just the other night, I had to call my truck buck because a talking about Bun B got a concert at Discovery Green. Bitch ass, you just make some stuff. You just want to hear yourself talk. Shut the up. If you don't know, you just don't know, my. There ain't nothing wrong with not knowing.
So why do you think it's so many people, right, that'll come on YouTube platforms and talk about stuff that they don't know, but the people feed into it?
Because people talk with such conviction and such passion. I really do have a problem with just saying like they really like it's firsthand knowledge or like they know for sure. Anytime I'm speaking on something, if I don't know, I'm gonna say I don't know. If it's something that I heard, I'm gonna say I heard, because I'm gonna let you know that I didn't get this from the source and I'm not the source. But this is what they're saying. But then I'll also give you, because I got real vision, and I'm gonna tell you what the I see from my perspective. And a lot of times I'll be right. See, the thing is, the world is full of hypocrisy. And it's ironic hypocrisy, because I don't know if people are just that oblivious, or is it all an act? Is it a game? Or do we just want to go viral that bad? It's like I seen the hypocrisy, and Charleston do it a lot, you know. And everybody know me and Charleston used to have a show together called Unpopular Opinion. We done like 5 episodes.
Right.
But right after the election, Charleston White done I don't know who was interviewing, I can't remember who it was, but he done a sit down where he was blasting the Democratic Party for getting prostitutes disguised as musicians to, you know, perform and all this here.
But do you think he has a point in that? Because
hold up, that's not the point I'm trying to do. That's valid.
Okay.
That's valid. He wasn't wrong, but what I'm saying is he also was talking about how they were gimmicky and using props, and they wouldn't speak directly to black people. They didn't respect black people's intelligence enough to speak directly to black people. And all the while he's saying that, this cake ass draped in a Confederate flag blanket. You doing the exact same thing. You don't feel like you could talk straight to black people? Without, because I'm gonna wear this here to add a layer of anger and a layer of vitriol. When you could, Charleston is a eloquent when he wanna be.
So I actually watched a clip, right, where he broke down the Democratic versus Republican Party.
Fuck both of them.
Yeah. But I'm just, but
I just had to say that just so much.
Right, right. So
Yeah.
it ain't like you going for one side or the other. You
Fuck
just
both of them.
Right.
That ain't, neither one of them is the answer for it. Ain't figured it out yet. You got 400, 500 years of evidence of these white folks.
So how much of that do you just take is he's also an entertainer, quote unquote, but he's also dropping gems. The one thing he does do is he'll say maybe some wild shit, but he gonna sprinkle some gems in it.
I do the same thing.
Exactly.
I do the same thing.
Exactly.
But like I said, trust me, I'm making a whole point here.
Yeah.
I spoke on hypocrisy. I do the same. I say, but my shit is I'm never gonna just say for the sake of saying. It's gonna always be a point behind what I say. I'm not gonna say just to rile people up or cause I know it'll get a click. That's not how I operate. Everything I do is gonna be rooted in reality.
So let's talk about some real shit real quick, right? I got a question for you, right? You's a nigga, right, that came from the streets, did time. I want you to tell me, you look at the state of the music, right? I think the state of the music always kind of tells you where the youth is at, right? And you see where the youth is going with the music. It's getting more violent, more disrespectful. Where do you think that stems from? Do you think that stems from the black man not being in the home? Do you feel like it stems from lack of money?
It's a culmination. It's a lot of different aspects and facets that play into where we are as a society. It's not just this. See, my partner Cornell calls me the most dangerous nigga in America because I'm a nigga that could speak to the elite and the street. I could conjure up fear as well as bravery. I got the ability to galvanize and mobilize the that's most dangerous, the that's willing to kill. Them gravitate to me because they know, like I said, our story embodies each other. Our story go hand in hand. So at knowing this, I also know that a lot of us are just cogs in the machine, but see, I'm a glitch in the matrix. The majority of these are tools for the system. They are a part of the system. They're cogs in the system. And so they're dangerous I'm dangerous to the overall society. But other are just dangerous to other because, see, when you ask a question like that, the other will never, ever, ever, ever go to the root of the problem. And this is where you find the answer. This is where you find the problem itself is at the root.
Right.
And a lot of don't never want to touch on the root. Yeah, you could say do this, but do that. But why do this? And why do that? It's just responding to stimulus, to a stimuli, to an environment, to a situation. This is what they're responding to being placed in poverty, being miseducated, being mistreated, being fed hopelessness. So if you starve a community and you cook a pot of oxtails and you sit them out on the corner, what the do you think is gonna do behind them whole ass oxtails? Them is gonna kill each other. There's only a limited amount of them. It's only one pot and you sit it out for an entire community. So what the do you expect to happen? Because this community don't want to live in poverty, don't want to live in filth. This community don't want to live in fear of its own self. This is a system designed, and it's designed for a reason. See, will say stupid shit like, I ain't oppressed. You know what Harriet Tubman said? She said, I would have freed so many more of my people only if they knew they were slaves. All niggas want is comfortable oppression. It's okay with being oppressed as long as it's comfortable. Massa he slapped that nigga 10 times. He only slapped me 9. I'm all right with that. Massa, we picked cotton for just 23 hours a day. Now, he didn't make us pick it sun up to sun up again, 24 hours. Just want comfortable oppression. And the system understands that we'll feed these hope. We'll feed them false hope. We'll give them 1 or 2 to idolize, to put up on a pedestal, to chase. And it's achievable, but it's not achievable. The system isn't meant for everybody to win. Because if it was, everybody would be winning.
So I asked myself, what is the real solution, right? Because you do have a lot of black people with money. You have a lot of black people that can change some things. Yeah.
You have a lot of black people with money. But those black people are tools. Those black people aren't given that money and given that prestige and given that power and given that position to help your black ass. They are given that shit so to be used as a tool and as the system's discretion. So when they tell you get up there and sing and dance, nigga, you get up there and sing and dance. Or we'll take all that whole. The easiest way to kill any movement is for mainstream society to accept it. If you want to kill a movement, like when we got a cool ass terminology, then white folks start saying it. It's no longer cool. And white folks realize they like, okay, when they start seeing Kendrick Lamar veer heavily to the pro-black path, the Good Kid, Mad City, they snubbed the shit out of it. He came back with To Pimp a Butterfly. The white folks, hurry up, embrace that shit. Then he came back with Damn. Nowhere near as pro-black or
right.
as race sensitive.
Right.
Not to say that he done it purposely or he was conscious of, but I'm just saying, they hurry up and embrace that. Because especially from a song, All Right, and him performing on top of a police car and no. Start giving this all kind of awards. Now you in the house, nigga. You want to stay in this house?
So you think that's a different twist. So you say basically they already knew the power that he had, so they embraced him and put him in the house so that way he can't affect everybody that's outside.
Slaves in the field.
So let me ask you this. I want you to ask this honestly. If we were as black people,
I'm gonna answer everything honestly, cake ass nigga.
If we was to get together as a unit, as black people, right, and do it the right way, what power do you think we would actually have?
I think we would probably actually kill each other before we even exercise or come to realize our true strength.
Why?
Because it's tribal, and we have been bred to be small-minded towards each other and to look for differences more than we look for similarities amongst each other.
But how does it operate in prison? Because when you hear all these people come from prison, y'all come to some common ground with each other.
I'm glad you asked that question, because I really owe this city, Dallas, a debt of gratitude, because I've always prided myself in being pro-black and being for my people. But in the penitentiary teach you to be a small-minded individual. Fight over the TV, fight over dominoes. I had a fight over Scrabble. How fight over Scrabble, my nigga? You feel me?
Yeah.
Because played a word, and I'm an educator. I went to college on a full academic scholarship, my nigga. Every college, I got a letter from damn near every college in America, my nigga.
This is before you ever went to prison?
Yeah, when I was coming out of high school, nigga.
So what happened?
I went to Prairie View, but I've been thugging. Let me tell you something, my nigga. I've been before Short Dog was spitting game to him.
Right.
I've been smoking weed before Dr. Dre put a name to it. I mean, before Dr. Dre put a flame to it. Yeah. And I've been thugging before Tupac gave a name to it. I've been doing this my whole life. So they tried to send me to a psychiatrist in school because they didn't know if I was just that smart or if I was insane, because never had they met a so intelligent but so goddamn thuggish, smoking weed, packing pistols, and just a monkey. I'm from the Ghettos, my nigga. I'm from 790 West Little York. Do your history on it, my nigga. It was once considered one of the most dangerous places to live in America. And this is where I was nurtured in violence. And the crazy part about my upbringing is, as violent and as chaotic and as backwards as the Ghettos was, I was probably one of the most loved. When I was first born, I was filled up with love. I was one of the very few individuals that was welcomed in every house in the Ghettos. Because in the Ghettos, it was notorious for these don't fuck with these, this family don't fuck with this. The family right across the hall from us, my family had a knockout, drag-out fight with them. Because all the women in my house were pretty with long hair, didn't need makeup, and the women next door was less desirable. I'll say that because they was my. But every time you open the door, it's sitting on the porch waiting on one of my aunties. They wasn't waiting on my mama because my pop's gonna shoot the shot your ass. If you think you sitting here waiting for Sharon to come out that door, and everybody knew it, Mike Collins gonna shoot you behind this right here.
Crazy.
Yeah, play with this if you want to. Mike Collins gonna shoot you. But I was welcome in every house because if you didn't like my mama, you like my daddy. If you didn't like my daddy, you like my mama. You know what I'm saying? Or my mama's side of the family or whatever. So I had a lot of love poured in me. That's why I got so much love for my people, even though my neighborhood was chaotic. And I just told my on Green Room TV of how I'm still like dealing with trauma from the Ghettos. Right. And every now and then I realize and come face to face with a trauma. You know what I'm saying? Because them Ghettos traumatized me, and I didn't even know I was traumatized because it was just so natural. And it was just everyday. Like, I didn't see anything wrong. I didn't see anything was wrong with it until I ventured outside. I didn't know anything was wrong with food stamps. The first time I seen somebody making fun of somebody for spending food stamps, I did not understand that, because everybody in the Ghettos had food stamps. And then went somewhere else and pulled out a food stamp and went to clowning, and I didn't even know that you're supposed to be embarrassed about food stamps.
That's crazy. So let me ask you this, right? You had a saying where you said trying to think with your heart is like trying to feel with your brain. Can you break that down? Because you drop them isms in a lot of the interviews and things that you do. What does that mean?
See, a lot of people get mixed up with emotions and logic. And it's hard to, what's the word I'm looking for, man? It's really hard sometimes to separate the two. And we living in times where it's a lot of blurred lines. And so people would do things that's clearly emotional, but they'll do it in a manner where they feel like it's the right. And I probably was talking about these when I made that comment. It's a good chance that it was tied to these some kind of way.
Right.
I don't remember when or where, but I'm pretty sure that comment was tied to me talking about these.
Yeah, because when you getting on their ass, you be coming over with some stuff. Boy.
Yeah, because that's a quote that I would attribute to these females and the irrational that they do. And basically that's what it is, because we'll do out of emotion and try to make it like it's logical. Like a will argue that up. I just seen a hoe try to argue some of the craziest shit ever, man.
Give me an example of one.
Man, the on Instagram that got caught cheating and the trying to put her out of the house, put the bitch out. And the bitch, like, he's a hoe ass. What? What's wrong with y'all, man? Women are like this here. Women be like, what you mean, why? I got a pussy, that's why. And that's it. End of the story. Everything else, what you talking about, I got a pussy. And that's enough for whatever the I say or whatever the I feel. And that's like trying to think with your heart.
Is it ever okay for a man to go through a woman's phone?
I wouldn't. I've never, ever. That sit right there and ring. And you don't hear this phone ringing? My ex phone ringing 3 a.m. She don't want to answer the. She didn't start with this because, you know, I said, hey man, you ain't gonna answer that phone. I gotta call you back. I turn over and go right back to sleep. 10, 15 minutes later, this on top of me, beating me up like, well, bitch ass nigga. Hey, what the is wrong with you? You think you gon' I'm already what is you talking about? You mad because you got what right back? You see how that made a full circle? Trying to think with her heart and feel with her brain. Biscuit head ass. You got busted. Well, and you really, you know, it is what it is. Man, I can't tell you about your faults, man, when I'm out here just up as bad. The hypocrisy of it. You see what I'm saying? Like the hypocrisy of society is I'm a hypocrite. I'm gonna touch on my hypocrisy.
But don't you think, okay, they say every smart person is a hypocrite because you are allowed to change your stance on something, right? You can think one way, right? We can all think the earth is one way, right? Until they send something out in outer space and then they debunk it.
Well, that's
you have the right to change
that's
your.
That's not hypocrisy.
Yeah, but okay, you're right.
That's not hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is hypocrisy and bigotry is damn near. One is flowing in the artery and one is flowing in the vein. They flowing side by side, hypocrisy and bigotry. Hypocrisy is standing like
you could pray every day and still sin.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
Or I love shaking their ass buck naked. I don't want to see my daughter doing. I don't want to hear about my daughter doing.
Real talk.
I don't want my daughter stripping in the club. I seen Whack 100 when he was talking about Pac. And I was like, the irony of this hypocrisy. He talking about Pac was a follower. He gang. Ain't you in the gang? Follow behind Suge. Nigga, did you follow behind Suge? Nigga, that's crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? I just seen what today is? Saturday? That was Thursday. She put a post up saying that anybody who gives an opinion is a low vibration person. I say a bitch is on here giving her opinion about giving their opinions.
Yeah.
And she say they low vibration.
Right.
That's crazy as man. You see where we at as a society? Be trying to jet our mind trick. See, I can be oblivious, but I'm okay with accountability and I'm okay in living in my hypocrisy. Like, I love threesomes. I love them. Ain't nothing, nigga, if you ain't never had two bad, I'm telling you, it'd be harder than Chinese arithmetic, cake ass nigga. But I don't want to see no gay.
Yeah, that's definitely, yeah.
I ain't even talking about gay nigga shit.
I know, you just talking about in general.
Yeah, I don't want to see gay bitch. And Well, what? That don't make no sense. How you like threesomes with women? And because it's a difference. Before you go to getting all mad because the LGBT community differentiates. It's a difference right there in what they call a community. Lesbian, gay. Is gay gay? If gay is gay, then what the is the point of lesbian? I'll tell you what the point is. Tiana Trump and Brittany Renner do porn. That's lesbian porn. Tiana Trump and Brittany Griner do porn, that's gay porn, KK. I don't know nobody want to see that whole ass shit.
Oh, no. Now, I got to ask you this, right? Yeah, I don't know which interview you said, but you said free P. Diddy. Do you really stand by that?
That was my 20 verse
1.
Yeah, at the beginning of my 20.
Yeah.
And that was before he was even locked up.
Oh, okay. Do you stand by that? Because the one thing that I've noticed about this whole thing, we don't really hear none of the criminal. They always just talk about the freaky. And I'm like, I don't give a damn how freaky he was, bro. Did he commit a crime or not?
They are trying to attach criminal shit to it. Cause I ain't been keeping up with it. And see, if they free the nigga or not, it might sound heartless, but it's the truth. I could give a I'm indifferent to it because whatever a get up there, a deserve it for being a ass. Because why is you a ass? You a ass for thinking you gonna get up there and play around in them white folks arena and do. See, every is trying to achieve honorary whiteness. Every want to be viewed like a white man, want to be respected as a white man, want to be able to walk in the doors a white man walks in, wants the same admiration and respect that a white man gets. And that's just not, man, these people will let you up there and you gonna have to play. You gonna have to get on. You gonna have to adhere to their rules. Because they not finna let you in the door and get dirt on them and they don't get dirt on you. But Diddy was smart enough to get some dirt. And that's probably what's keeping his cake ass alive. That's what's probably keeping him alive.
So you believe the same thing? I believe that he got blackmail on everybody.
Yeah, man. He same that Hugh Hefner did. Same Hugh Hefner playbook. They waited till Hugh Hefner died to do that secret of Playboy because Hugh Hefner got information on, even though a lot of the motherfuckers already dead, but it still will ruin legacies. And man, Diddy got he wasn't a damn fool in that sense, but he's definitely a damn fool for getting up there with them white folks with that white. And that's the only, and the irony of it is the only way you get that rich, powerful, and successful is to engage and participate in that ass. Because if you don't, you want to get in this dough, you got to suck a ass.
How much of that do you think is going on in the industry for real?
Man, I think it's running rampant in the industry because I have a theory. Notice I said I have a theory, dad nigga. You guys, a lot of, but this what happened. I got a theory. And if you listen, the theory makes a whole lot of sense. So in early Hollywood, days of yore, we all know homosexuality was not accepted whatsoever. But you still had a lot of homosexual activity and closeted homosexuals. And I think one of them possibly either suffered a tragedy so goddamn bad that it affected one or two more of them that was keeping it a secret. And I believe that they worked their ass off to get in a position of power to where they felt like they didn't have to hide, or they could use their power to turn out as many. Because if Clive Davis got a party that everybody want to go to every Grammy, during the Grammy season, right before the Grammys, the Clive Davis party.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got these gay that's in position to run shit. And them gay motherfuckers is bitter. Did you don't think, did it, nigga, I had to suck a dick, you gonna suck a dick. I'ma pass the baton. You think I'ma just suck a dick and you just gonna walk in here and you gonna just reap all the rewards?
Oh, so they on some, you think they on some like.
Man, I had a partner said he was at one of Diddy parties and say Diddy come from the back and said ain't nothing like having a man suck your dick for money. That need money or some old crazy shit he said.
So how did he get away with this shit so long? Like,
man, what you mean? That's the culture up there. Ain't nothing to get away with. This is the culture. We speaking from that's on the outside, so the shit seems kind of foreign to us. The shit seems crazy, but if you walking around a house, a buck naked when you first walk in, you be like, hey man. And then now you there for 5 minutes, you done had a drink, it ain't trouble you that much. And if this is your lifestyle, an everyday occurrence, this is what all these people is doing. This is what we do up here.
So black people, I feel like they take, you know, you look at say R. Kelly, Diddy, like these things one or two ways. They feel like, man, they're trying to railroad our black heroes. Or some people feel like, nah, lock them up. What side do you stand on?
If a has done something that warrants them getting locked up and they get locked up, I ain't up about it, because I went to the penitentiary for selling dope. I done my time. I stood in front of the judge every time. I got one charge where the lawman planted dope on me, but every other charge I did.
You said the lawman planted dope on you?
Yeah, I missed my daughter's birth.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Can you briefly take me through that? I'm sorry, that's.
It was a Tuesday. I wasn't even in the streets no more. I had started working. My baby mama was pregnant, so I was trying to do right. And one Tuesday, I went to the Ghettos to visit my grandmother because I hadn't seen her in a week or so, however long it had been. And I knew something was wrong, man, because the Ghettos was completely empty. And these is like Times Square in New York. Something always going on, always outside, and it was completely empty. And I had parked by the store, and when I was headed back to my car, I seen my kinfolk Donnie. He was the only outside sitting against my grandmother's old building, because my grandmother had moved to the front. She stayed in building 5. He was sitting against building 5. And when I looked at him, it was like I seen a ghost, because he looked just like my grandpa. So I went over there to with him. And as I was leaving him, laws pull up and they asked me to come to the car. And like I said, I was working. I forgot I had a warrant. But when they got me in the back seat, the warrant popped up, and I said, hey man, I'm gonna pay the warrant. I'm trying to talk my way out of it. They done already frisked me. They put me in the back seat. They ain't gonna let me go. They called another car. This 2 white boys that stopped me. But the car that came up was a ass nigga. Officer Johnson. And they transferred me over to his car, and then they had the sting set up back on Ringo and D Priest on the back streets. And so I was sitting behind him, and he pulled me out the car when we get over there where the sting set up. And then he go around to the passenger side and he lift the seat up, and it's a powder packed out. And he called the Sarge over. Sarge, come look at this. And when the Sarge see the powder pack, and so the went to frisking me, and while he frisking me, he whispered in my ear, yeah, what you gonna do, old ass Tupac looking at me?
He dead ass said that? That's crazy. Yeah. What the?
That man, them laws, I don't give a.
And that's Houston, right?
Yeah. One time, you know, you ain't never been on a ride until the laws got you in a backseat handcuff, riding you around all the dope spots like and trying to make it seem like you snitching because they gonna come back and bust it. So it could be like, man, that hoe ass nigga, I seen them laws rob out that toe. Yeah, they play games like that. The pit, they cause issues and drama within the community. They call my Goose told me that every time the truce ended in LA, it was because the laws broke the truce.
What? Damn.
Because they wasn't getting no overtime.
What do you think their end game is?
Who?
The cops.
They ain't it's just to get paid. They ain't game. They just pawns in this game, man. They just pawns. Tough on crime. No, you ain't, because crime starts at the top. It's a revolving door at the bottom. If they wanted to stop crime, they could. Crime starts at the top. It started in the White House. Drive a 18-wheeler full of cocaine across the border, but when they had a ban on Cuban cigars, you couldn't sneak one Cuban cigar in the country. Please make that make sense.
Message.
Make that make sense.
Damn.
These people, it's a they don't want crime to end, man. So much of this economy is the whole country was founded on crime. The stealing of land, the killing and murdering of people. This is a criminal organization. America LLC.
Now, okay, you f***ed my head up with that one. So now, give me a couple more injustices that you've seen, whether in prison or, like you say, some things like they rolling around with you. Like, what are some of the things that the laws do to kind of f*** with us? Like, for instance, that gunner situation, right, where the yes ma'am. Who dropped that footage? Like, it ain't nothing but people in the courthouse. So do you think they purposely did that to try to come off in the community? What was that about?
What you talking about?
When Gunner was taking a plea deal, right? And somebody released the footage of him saying, yes, ma'am, to Thug is YSL is a criminal organization. Yeah, I'm saying, where did that footage come from?
They filmed it in the courthouse, huh?
I thought you couldn't film in the court. I thought they couldn't film that. That's the part where it was like, how did this leak? It would have had it been the DA or that.
Getting a bunch of film that they've been filming Woody on the stand.
But no, that's a public trial. That part wasn't him taking that plea deal. I don't think was public. From what I heard.
Oh, okay. I don't. You stumped me on that one. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know the protocol.
But do they do stuff like that? Do they release discovery to fuck people up?
Yeah, divide and conquer, man. Dividing, because you got to keep people divided, man.
So why do we keep falling for this trick? If all these black people are so educated, right, and we're reading these 48 laws of power, and we're reading all this literature that's putting us on game, how do we keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe?
Because these fear and love the white man way more than they love their self. These need to be accepted. We have a need to be accepted by the white man. We are Negro pens. Everything we do is seen, viewed, and perceived through the lens of a white man. We just got black skin. We got a symbiotic relationship. The white man need and want us just as bad as we need and want them. That motherfuckers talking about go back the way you come from, go back. Nigga, this entire system would collapse. You need niggas to fill up your penitentiaries. You need niggas to sell your dope. You need niggas for culture. You need for so much. We are important, and that's why we deserve our own. We'll never receive it. The people want, and even if we did receive it, then what? Right. Would we leave one system of oppression to go to another system of tyranny? Because can a actually be fair with another? Can a accept another ruling over him? Can we actually, as a people, sit down and choose leadership and be okay with it? Can we look at another and say we're okay with him being in control of our money? Or I'm okay with answering to this black individual. Because in order to create a social structure, you got to put all of these, what we would want to think are the best and brightest black people in a room that represent all of us. So are we gonna leave out street niggas because can't have nobody in there that represent them? Or is there a smart enough street nigga out there to have in the room to speak on behalf of like what would be fair and just for the streets? What about when a in a bow tie jump up and yell out in the room, I think all pork should be illegal? Everybody that mother gonna lose their mind. How much of the white man would we carry into that room? How many in that room would be giving info and intel to the white man? How many would be there willingly? Because the white man gonna have to make a lot of them niggas leave.
Right. So what is your message to the black man?
My message to us is we ain't even got out the starting block. We ain't got out the starting block, man. We actually moving backwards.
Why do you say that? What would you say was the best time that black people have displayed, in your opinion?
Probably right after slavery up to Jim Crow, because we was self-sufficient, self-sustained, had our own communities, doctors, lawyers, carpenters, everything. We didn't need anybody for anything because, see, one thing the white man learned, and it's evident all around, is don't give these niggas no skills. They took all that shit up out the schools. They teaching you a bunch of that's worthless. Christopher Columbus. George Washington crossing the Delaware and all this hoe ass.
But you know what's so wild? Even the niggas that are like aren't as educated, they be on Twitter and Instagram and they be soaking in a lot of knowledge. Like they're not stupid. Like they're on a lot of game. Like it's crazy how advanced some of these kids are. Like my kid is 16 and he can have a conversation with you about anything, Trump. Yeah. And it's like, and you're listening to them, you be like, damn, y'all are really aware, bro. I'm talking about even
the thing about it, and that's good, but what information are they soaking up? And you could have a conversation, but how adept are you to think to hear something and process it independently?
But that's what I'm saying. I think that's what the kids do best. They don't just take your word for nothing. They go research that. That's why you're starting
the whole thing, research anything that man's hands touch be damned. And man is self-serving. So anything that man does, he does with a purpose and with a motive.
I'll give you an example. You'll talk to a person, right? They'll say, black people are the original Jews. That, you know, like, and then somebody will refute it. And then somebody, like, there's constant research, just constant, you know.
This is that, and I know, but this is what I'm saying. For everything that says this, you can find something that says that.
That's true.
And you just believe whatever resonates or whatever you want to believe.
That's also true.
And just because you research it, that doesn't, motherfucker, I researched it. What the fuck does that mean? What purpose did the that wrote it? What was his purpose?
So where do you go to get your knowledge then?
I read and I listen and I research, but a lot of times, like for a while, because I read the Quran, the Bible, the Torah, which is basically the first half of the Bible. I read Path to Enlightenment, and I read a lot of shit, and I see what kind of lines up. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a spirit. See, people always, they looking for this magical entity without, but never looks within. What about the God within? Why, because everything is related to each other. Everything you could do numbers and do math or just looking, thumbprint, where your hairline start in your head, a seashell, the curvature of your ear. If you blow up one of your cells big enough, it look like your thumbprint, which looks like the universe. The universe is inside you and you inside the universe. Just think about that. That's crazy as I'm in this universe, but this universe is also inside of me. We are one. Everybody and everything is connected. And that's part of the problem with us. Don't view this earth. They view the earth as an inanimate object. This earth is a living, breathing entity, man. You drilling for oil, you sucking all the blood out the earth.
Where do you believe you go when you die?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't listen to man when it comes to like that.
Right, but you read, very well read, right? You've read the Bible, the Quran, you read them all. So when you read all of those, does that confuse you or does that make you
I just look
aware?
I look for certain detail. Like, okay, they say, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not kill. Somebody had a consciousness over here, and over here to realize like doing harm to another person for absolutely no reason is f***ed up. You shouldn't do that, hoe ass. Even though I didn't need to read it to know that. If you got a little baby and you got a whole bunch of knickknacks, I got all this shit on this table, and the baby pull itself up on the table and you do as babies do and just bing, bing, and knock all this shit over. And as soon as it knock it over and it make all that noise, the baby stop and look right at you.
Right.
They know they f***ed up. You ain't have to say nothing. You ain't have to put your hands on them or nothing. They know they f***ed up. They got a guard within them. At a young age, guard comes equipped on all models. It's a guard within you, man. It's a conscience within you. It's something in even a who say they don't believe in God, they'll still be like, I don't believe in killing another. That's wrong.
Yeah. So, it's so crazy, like you said, we can feel it's wrong, even though we don't know it. So, that 30 to 50% of people don't have an inner dialogue in their head. What do you think that is?
I don't know about that one.
I mean, that's just a study that popped up that they've been talking about.
I don't believe in them fake ass stats. That's right. Motherfuckers always want to quote stats.
Right.
1 in 4. What? Bitch, you ain't asked me. Motherfucker ain't asked me no bitch ass thing. But whole ass always like to run off some stats on some shit. When the last time a motherfucker surveyed you on any of this shit?
Never.
Never. So where the fuck is all these numbers at? When I went to PV, 1 in 4, 1 in 3 had AIDS.
Oh, you dead ass serious? That's what they were saying?
That's what they said the stats said.
Right.
But wasn't nobody dying on the campus.
I don't think AIDS work like that
skinny.
though.
But I tell you what it did do. It bred a fear within blacks coming out of high school to go to these HBCUs. It did do that. All these badass Football players, they not going to a black school anyway because the system is that they not gonna put a black school on TV and they got them feeling like you got to get seen in order to go to the league. It's a system, man, this is a revolver, it's a system, it's a perfect system. The government is a perfect system. Republicans, Democrats, oh, we gonna do this, we gonna do this. Why y'all ain't do it? Them over there. If really cared, man, it's a lot of we wouldn't be able to have conversations about if people really cared. Pretend to care, fake care.
Man, so, you know, it's interesting, like, you're one of the people, like you say, you could go so many different directions. You know, you do a lot of 20v1s, right? And I just want to talk about the man and female dynamic for a second, right?
Yeah.
Man, I remember at my job, right? I was talking to just surveying some women, and one of the ladies said she hadn't went on a date in 10 years. Some shit, and she didn't look bad, right? Why do you think, where's the disconnect between the black man and the black woman? Like, you're seeing these dating shows and you're seeing so many single women, they look good. It'd be like, you see a lot of single black men. What is the problem? What if you could go on a dating show, how you can't meet somebody in your area? How you can't meet somebody at work?
Women meet a potential suitor or a potential companion. If the average woman step outside, she meet a potential who she could fuck with. Now, is he the right? I don't know. I'm not saying. That's up in the air.
Right.
But to say that a woman don't meet somebody that will fuck with her every day is kind of...
It doesn't make sense to me.
At all. Not, you could go 2, 3, 4, 5 months.
And not get hit on at all, ever.
You could go your whole life and not get hit on by because the society has said that that's just not how it operates, and men should pursue the woman and fake ball. The woman is the prize. No, you were never the prize. The man is always the prize, and you ass whole ass go ain't the prize. They always had to pay a family to marry this out to get this out my house. The father of the bride paid for the wedding. Man, I want this out my house. I'm gonna pay for the wedding. If you the prize, don't wake up and don't be like, I want to get married. Be like, you need to marry me. I'm giving you an ultimatum. When have you ever heard of give an ultimatum on getting married?
On ultimatum. The show. But nah, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah. That's not what niggas do.
Right.
Because the man is always the pride. The man is the provider. The man is the protection. The man is who the house was built on. So now the disconnect comes because women were soulless, strong, independent. You don't need that ideal. And they went for it. And they ran with it. And now even more, it's so unrealistic today. So unrealistic, man. I'm talking about want to demand that they can't afford, they don't have. A lot of them not even worthy of the shit that they say they want out of a. You don't even deserve it.
Give me 3 things that a woman should have before she looks to get married, and give me the opposite. 3 things a man should look for before he goes out and tries to get married.
What a woman should have before she looks to get married. That's a great question. That's a great question. She should have maturity. She should have. Damn, that was a great question, nigga. She should definitely have gained a level of maturity to where she can conversate and communicate effectively. she should have understanding. She should have a whole lot of understanding. And a lot of women are lacking understanding because of this false ideology and, you know, these fairy tales that they're fed and given. So they got a f***ed up belief and perspective of men, of relationships, of their place in a relationship. And probably the third thing she should have is a whole lot of shut your ass down and shut your ass up, funky. You need a whole bunch of that. Know your place. And get mad when a say know your place. A need to know his place too.
What is his place?
In front. Leading.
So if he's not leading, what should be the punishment?
He's a bitch ass nigga.
But what should be the punishment?
What you mean should be a punishment?
Like if a woman is with a nigga that's a quote unquote bitch ass, should she lose respect and leave him? Should she mold him?
Likely gonna lose respect for him. She ain't gonna have respect for him from the jump. More than likely, that's why she with him. They love women today. Love bitch ass because they could do what they want. They could run over that whole ass nigga. You know. Niggas love ass. That's why today they do. Back then women wanted strong men with potential. I don't even think today recognize what potential is in a man. Back then women looked for potential in a man. Like I could build a family with this man. I could build a house with this man. Today they want a. That's why so many women befriend homosexuals. Back in the day, women and gay stayed in their place. Women didn't, they was like, nigga, you better get your ass away from here with that whole ass shit. Take that. Women wasn't cool with homosexuals. They wasn't.
When you go on these 20, you've been on a lot of 20v1s, like what is the overall thing that you see in the women? Like what is the thing that you say, damn, y'all are missing something? Or do you ever say to them like, damn, I see why y'all are single?
The majority of them was missing a father in the household.
Well, I think men are too.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you asked
right.
what it is that I see.
Right.
And they was, you know, men, the niggas is too, but
sure.
The majority of them was missing a father in the household that never seen their mother loved properly. They never seen their mama submit to a man. So they don't know what the fuck that is to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. They don't know what it is to put, all these is think they first. No, you not first, funky. The man is first. When a lioness go hunt, they bring that food back and the lion eats first. Because you know what that lioness understand? Man, we need this at full strength because we don't know what the gonna happen. Right. And then the lioness eats because I need to be at full strength to protect my cubs.
So what do you say about the men that have that woman and still f it up?
When you say f up, what you mean f up though?
They cheat on her, they mistreat her. Okay, let's take cheating off the table. They mistreat her.
Mistreat her how?
Physically abuse her, mentally abuse her, just slime ball to her, like don't have her back, don't protect her.
That didn't come from nowhere. That didn't come from nowhere. More than likely, she's with that because that offers stability or the got money or something. Because if he didn't have, it's money involved. That got money and that's why, that's our women, they want to know who got some money because they want purses and shoes and all this here. They don't look for integrity. Women don't look to be loved and adored and cared for and treated properly and made out to be a queen.
But in all fairness, right? I watched this documentary. Tommy G came to Dallas, right? And it's some white dude named Tommy G, right? He hit Harry Hines. Right? And he actually talked to the prostitutes, right?
Yeah.
And the overall thing with almost every girl that was on that strip, they had been raped by a family member. They had been raped young. They had been taken advantage of young, and then they were just literally in survival mode, almost to the point where you could do the littlest shit for them, and it means the world to them.
Yeah.
So what do you say about like some of these women are just literally trying to survive, bro?
Every woman is damaged. Every woman is damaged, and some more than others, but women carry baggage with them. A woman can be married 20, 30 years. Her and her husband really never had any big falling out or anything. They got a house, 3 cars. They've raised 2.5 kids, got a dog. I'm talking about a real nice life, but still this woman carries around the baggage of something that cheated on her in high school. This is why like Tyler Perry can make a movie just admonishing and blasting black men, and women just fall out to it because they never let the pain go of something they felt done them wrong or done them bad. They don't know how to, I need closure. What nigga ever needed closure? I need opener. I need a to open her legs. I don't need close. Don't close. I need you to open your legs, fucking bitch. So women, and that's just how women are designed. I'm not asking for a woman to change because that's just her DNA. That's her chemical makeup. Men and women are on polar opposites ends of the spectrum. Women, you want to know what a man is thinking or what you should do with, or if you got a problem and you don't want to go to a man about it, but you want to know think of whatever you would do and think the complete opposite, and there you'll have the answer of what, and more than like 90, I would say 95 to 98% of the time it'll be the right answer.
Now, you did say in a relationship, men are 1, women are 0, and together we're 10. But without men, it's just 0. Break that down.
I'm the one, man. I'm the catch. I'm the prize. I'm the one. You the 0. Together, we perfect. We made for each other together. But without me, you ain't got nothing. You ain't, what are you gonna do? Bitch, you out in the cold. Bitch, if a nigga don't make a house, build a house, where you stand? If a nigga don't create this vehicle, how you getting now? I ain't never seen one on a work site building a skyscraper. If the she was down on the ground picking up the nails. Thing went up in the air and with that 75-pound jackhammer. All you tough ass butch dyke hoes. You hoes get real feminine when it come to packing that couch downstairs, don't you? When it's time to move, the out of here, man. Yeah, so without men, don't get me wrong, we need women as well. We need to.
Hey, I gotta ask this, right? So on the 20v1s, one thing I do notice is that even though you can be brutally honest, some say maybe rude, right? The women are still drawn to that. Why do you think that is?
I think it's a little bit personal. I think maybe from female to female, it may vary, but I think overall, the brashness of it, the authenticity, the realness of it can be appreciated. The hardness of it, because it's an alpha male. It's a real man. It's a real nigga that's standing on it. And everything in their nature tells them to be attracted to that. That's what their nature say. I don't give a goddamn what kind of choice you made. I'm telling you what your nature say. Your nature say, this is what the I made you, and this is what is gonna stimulate your juices. And this shit gonna send a tingle down your spine when I talk to you.
So why do so many men lie to women then?
Because women love to hear what they want to hear. So dress it up, because the average can't tell a bitch the truth and she appreciate it. It take a real special nigga to be able to tell a bitch, you know, the hardcore truth. Do you know the Temptations got a song, Beauty is Only Skin Deep. In this song, the Temptations is singing to these hoes, tell you ugly. But you love me so much, I can't do nothing but respect that. But you ugly. You gotta be a special nigga to sing to a that she ugly, my and a love that. Go listen to the song.
What's the name of the song?
Beauty is Only Skin Deep. Go listen to the song by the Temptations. And say a cute face might be some guy's taste. But what I like about you is your love and embrace. You not cute. You ugly in a but you a down ass. And I recognize that. And I can appreciate that.
But you know what? We interviewed a pimp, and you know what he said? He said where men go wrong is they chase.
A bitch that they want over a bitch that want them.
Right.
Yeah, of course. You gonna always win, and a that really wants you and choose you gonna go through a whole lot. That bitch put up with a lot, nigga. She will put up with a lot like a when a bitch really love you and really care for you. But a bitch who don't give a about you, because like I say, when it comes down to a female, it really all boils down today to money, to fulfilling a need of them being able to do whatever. Because it's not like back in the day where women needed protections. Because see, I done the very first interview I ever done with Mike Adelaboo that went viral, where I spoke, where he asked what was wrong with relationship or what happened. And I told him access. Back in the day, did not have access. Instagram is not good for a relationship, especially if you on some fake ass monogamy. That Instagram, cause it's too many bad. And you can have a bad, but you always gonna see a better than your, and you gonna wanna that hoe. And if you ain't a real enough to tell a man, I'm gonna. That's what the it is. And the athlete is the dumb athletes entertain. You the dumbest, stupidest ass I ever met in my life. Wow. How you got all this money and you gonna sit here and lie to this hoe? This need you. You ain't got a lot of this hoe. But you gonna tell this hoe got this whole thing. See, a only call you a because you lied. You told her this, but you done this. You said you wasn't. I tell her I'm gonna. And when a see me, be mad for a little bit, but guess what she say? Man, you kept it real. You told me you gonna, you ain't lie about it. No, and I wouldn't sit here and tell you I'm gonna do some that I know I ain't gonna do. I'm gonna.
But what about polygamy? There's people with 2, 3, 4 wives now.
Like, what you wanna do?
I'm saying, would you do that though? But what about having a woman that's with that? Like that, do it together. That not in your.
I like threesomes.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't. I ain't. If we together, cool. But if I find, I'm not no type of nigga that look for it. If I find it, it find me, cool. But I'm still gonna. If I'm gonna know, we gonna have a conversation about it, man. Right. And I love a that with other. Love it. There ain't nothing, I'm telling you, nigga, if you have never to at one time, go down to wherever the track at and buy you 2 shots of cock cake at, nigga. I swear to God, nigga, you'll be able to slam a brick against your dick. Yo, shit it's different. The first time I had one, I was done. I'm talking about, ooh, nigga. I had to take a shower with my motherfucking back to the water for about a whole week, nigga. Cause I fucked so long and so hard, I tore the skin on my dick. Nigga. But men wasn't meant to just one anyway, man. Science proved that when a bitch get pregnant, that pussy stop working. What the purpose of your pussy is to produce children. When you get pregnant, that bitch stop. This dick, I could get 100 pregnant in one day.
Hey, now, this one thing I want to ask you, right? This whole Lil Durk situation, right? We watched it play out to where we watched two rappers get into it. One gets shot and killed. The other one gets to get back. And now he's facing murder for hire charges. When you see that, right? Number one, let's talk about the case. Do you think he even stands a chance?
Man, that had a wire on for 2 years. This man got a wire on for 2 years, man. These people was privy to a whole bunch of inside conversations, man. They're gonna use his own voice and his own words against him. Aside from the fact that he paid for the with a credit card in his name. He booked rooms in his name. I don't know if it's ignorance, if it's naivete, if it's I done got so much money, I'm feeling untouchable. I don't know what the it is. I don't know if he do drugs or not or whatever. I don't know. But the whole is crazy. Back in the day, I don't know how old you is, but we used to have a saying. I think Big Daddy Kane came up with it. Is you on dope or dog food? These on dog food like a motherfucker. Yeah, man, these is crazy, man. I don't know what the do. What? Sometimes, and me going at a loss for words is crazy, but when I think about all of these young brothers and sisters, man, that's being misled and that's just buying into the like, we are in such of a need for financial literacy. First and foremost, before I even get to the financial literacy, this is gonna lead up to that. We are in the need of self-education, first and foremost.
Big facts.
We need to educate ourselves. The Jews would never allow the Germans to educate them and their youth. Now, with that being said, we have Dr. Umar attempting to start a school. Somebody please help this, because I don't think this nigga gonna get to school. Oh, I'm a whole ass nigga for that.
At least he tried, though.
Yeah, he tried. But this goes back to what I was saying about rich black people. They can't help because white folks would take that as an act of war. They didn't give you that money for you to free niggas. They gave you that money in order to control you. So we need self-education. And part of that self-education needs to be financial literacy, because they've actually tricked niggas into believing that tricking off all your money, going into a club and throwing all the money that you jeopardize your freedom and your life behind is cool. You'll jug for 50,000, go throw 30 of it, and you right back on the street trying to jug some more, putting your life and freedom on the line while some is laid up on her pussy, just waiting on you to come back with the money to make her rich. See, I'm different, my nigga. I was raised on Too Short, my nigga. I could damn near recite the movie, The Mac, word for word. If you haven't seen The Mac and Willie Dynamite, you really not even qualified to converse with me. Because throwing your money to be seen is some crazy. And I know that they try to like make it a tax deduction at one while, I don't even know. And here's a little piece of game. If that's what you want to do, my nigga, open your business account, get you a business credit card. When you go to the club, cash out, get all your ones on the business account, on that credit card. And at the end of the year, you could write it off as a business expense. You took somebody to the club to show them a good time to close a business deal. But a lot of you is getting this money is ill-gotten gains. So you go into the penitentiary, you do that, K-God. So it's a catch-22, you know what I'm saying? Try to legitimize yourself as much as possible. But
nah, that's some real game right there.
yeah.
That's some real game.
But it comes with legitimacy. So you try to legitimize yourself as much as possible because you can't, nobody gonna stay in these streets they whole, well, they got niggas that stay in these streets their whole life, but nobody ever stayed in them their whole life and won at the end. I don't know one that's a career criminal. And I don't know any, well, I know a couple my age that made good moves and shit, but them have removed themselves. Once they was up, they removed themselves and they done something else. But I don't know no who's still actively in the streets. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And because if you keep rolling the dice, eventually you're gonna crap out. That's just
life.
That's just the law of averages. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can hit 7s and 11s
all day long, every day.
Fuck no.
That's real.
Yeah, man. So you got to try to legitimize yourself because I'm one of y'all, man. I understand. I sympathize, I empathize, I know the story. I live the story. I've been around my story and stories even harder than mine. You know what I'm saying? I've been to the penitentiary, double life. Shout out to Roy if he's still alive. Been locked up since '67. Killer. Yeah. You know, I've been around them and they love me to death and embrace me and they know I'm a real nigga. Some of my, as crazy as this may sound, but a lot of don't understand the penitentiary can save your life. And I believe it saved my life a couple of times because I was out there wilding, out there doing the most. And some of my proudest moments have been penitentiary moments. I wrote this book in a penitentiary.
Let's talk about that book. I was actually about to segue to that book. What is the name of that book? Where can people go get that?
Hip Hop Top 5. It's on Amazon Prime, or you can hit me up and order a copy. I wrote it with my little bro, Caleb Israel the God. We met in the penitentiary in 2011, and he was a hip hop head. I was a hip hop head, and the friendship grew from there. And he like my little brother. But the name of the book is Hip Hop Top 5, and it discusses a lot of. It has narrations in it. It has questions. It has ranked these from 1 to 5, but everything is in the basis of 5. Your top 5 verses, your top 5 MCs that'll eat you up on your own song. You know, different. We might take 5 songs and tell you to rank them 1 through 5, or take 5 producers and tell you to rank them 1 through 5, and different shit. But yeah, that book, that's a extremely proud moment of mine, because with that, writing that book actually made me feel like there's nothing that I can't do or can't achieve.
So how were you able to, who put the cover and all that together? Y'all thought of that too?
I went on Fiverr.
Oh, okay.
And I found a cat, his name was Genius with 2, I think it's with 2 S. It's been so long ago. And I told him what I was looking for in the cover.
He killed that.
And he, on the first one, he nailed it on the first one.
Yeah, because that Fiverr boy, that should be hit or miss.
Yeah, but I looked at his work.
Yeah.
And his work was very, very astounding. And I told him what I was looking for. And, you know, we didn't have to converse. And he got it right on the first go round.
That's live right there.
Yeah, he got it right on the first. He nailed it. I was like, yeah. And that was a proud moment. Another proud moment I had is they was getting ready to have a sit down, Crips, Bloods, and cause I'm a very self-aware individual.
Right.
and so self-aware that sometimes I'm oblivious, that I get wrapped in a bubble and I don't really care about that's happening around me sometimes, because I get so focused and thinking and meditating. And the speakers came and asked me to sit down, and I was like, my nigga, I ain't in no gang, and they was like, nah, Smack, man, we want you to be a part of this. And I'm like, why y'all want me to be a part of it? You know what I'm saying, man? Leave me out there. I'm trying to go home, fam. I don't want to. But they was really about to jump some shit off, and what them told me, I was like, damn. They say, Smack, man, we want you to sit down because you fair, you impartial, and you honorable. I was like, damn. They were like, yeah, man, because we know that whatever the it is, you gonna tell us the truth, and you ain't gonna pull no punches, and it's gonna be understandable. It's gonna make all the sense in the world, because I operate on common sense, logic, and truth. The more and more I wake up, I'm starting to operate more on hard truths, because a lot of say this is truth or this is fact. But is it really truth? Like God. Like I believe it's something, I don't know what it is. A can't tell me what it is because you ain't never been there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of us been there. A tell you what they see every goddamn day, but you could tell me about some shit you ain't never seen, some shit you ain't never experienced, my. And then you got, I remember I was locked up with this, and he used to, my God wouldn't do that. What the does that even mean, my nigga? Do you know how many different versions of God it is, my nigga? Man, either God is a pervert and a hypocrite, or man don't know what the he talking about. Because why the would God tell this it's okay to do it, but tell this nigga it ain't okay to do it? God said, thou shalt not kill, but gone on over there and kill all them over there. What the is we talking about? And for you to believe in this entity that's controls all, and this entity that determines all, be like God is all powerful, man got free will. Is God all powerful, or do man got free will? Because if God is all powerful, everything is already ordained.
It's already scripted. Yep. But if we have free will, then it ain't.
But like to pick and choose.
Right.
When it ain't nothing but the devil. How you know it ain't God, ass nigga? It ain't. Anytime something bad happen, it's the devil. How you know God don't feel like you deserve that ass nigga? You hoe ass kill me, man. These niggas, man, you can't tell me about God, man. I don't know. I'm not sitting here saying I know. I don't know, but I know you don't know either, ass. And that goes for any speaking about it. I don't give a goddamn who it is. Miss me with the man, just because you believe in some and it was passed down to you. God tell this nigga here, you got to talk to this ass that with kids in order for me to forgive you. And then he tell you ass that you need to give all your money to this old ass in order to make it into heaven and to be looked at as holy and righteous. And then God tell this ass to strap a bomb on you and go blow up all this whole ass shit. And when you do, I'm gonna give you a whole bunch of after you done and die, nigga. Get the f out of here, man. What's wrong with man? If you just really think, and that's the problem, don't want to think because fear what they might discover. It's way easier to be a lazy thinker and just go along with what a say and what everybody does and says as a whole. It's way easier.
Speaking of that, it seems like we've gotten to the world where we're picking and choosing what we want to accepting what we don't want to accept.
Yeah, that's
so
been
like
all the time.
I give you an example, right? I don't know if this is true or not, but they saying Lil Meech is told to come home, right? Like that was a thing somebody from Kansas City or something is
I'm
saying.
glad you spoke on that because my interview with Green Room TV, that clip is going crazy on YouTube right now. And it's in the comments. He told me that the comments is going crazy and so let me clarify for us.
But I'm saying even before you said it, I'm saying there were people saying somebody from Kansas City was mentioning that they had some, but go ahead, I'll let you clarify.
So I know the word of the day is clout chasing, and I don't have to chase no clout because I always been a star before I was born. When my mama announced she was pregnant with me, I was a star because my pops was a star in the streets. And like I say, every woman in my house was a bad. Every wanted to put on my tea lady. You know what I'm saying? So when I was conceived and they spread the wind, when she found out she was pregnant, I was a star then. Couldn't wait on me. So I don't know what it is not to be showered with love and affection. So when I was disheartened by the shit with Meech and Southwest T more than anything, because what motherfucker gotta understand is I was an uber fan of their story, what they accomplished and what I thought they stood for. But I got on the phone with my brother Horatio the other night. I guess that was maybe close to a week and a half ago. And cause he seen the clip, the Green Room TV clip, and he called me and he was like, bro, he was like, you forgot, and I honestly did forget this conversation me and him had. He say, bro, you don't remember when I told you that snitched and me and you got into it about that, my? And I was like, what? And he was like, we had a whole conversation and you got pissed the off and to the point where you really wanted to get off the phone, my. And I say, damn, man, you right about that, my. And I owe you an apology, and I apologize, but he was like, we had that whole conversation and I was telling you about that shit and you didn't want to hear it. That's how much of a fan I was of that story. And until I seen that with Blue Da Vinci and I researched it and then I went and talked, let me tell you, you need to interview. Yeah. He just came home, he done 33 in the feds. His name is Whitey. Cause it's a lot of that's saying, he ain't been to the Fed. I told you in the clip, I talked to 3 vets. One been to the Feds twice, one been for 20 years, one been for 25. All of them walked their time down. And then after I posted the post, I forgot how many partners I had that been in the Feds. My phone went to ringing off the hook. Every last from the Feds say that this is true. Say that everybody in the Feds know it to be true. One, not just one. That was, who was it? 2 motherfuckers, I can't remember who it was, but they said one stumped Southwest T head into the ground because they say Southwest T was supposed to get down on like 2. That's how he came home earlier before Meech. This ain't nothing, nobody searching for no clout or trying to defame them, man. I went to some stand-up. But it's just came home, a LA OG. They say really the story of Snowfall is as much his story as it is Freeway Ricky Ross. The nigga name is Whitey. My partner from LA, he called me when he seen the Green Room TV clip. And he was like, Smack, I just got in my car and it's the first thing I seen. He say, man, I called you. He say, this is crazy. I'm like, what's up, bro? St. Nick, LA, Inglewood, Piru. He say, man, I just sat down with and he filled me in, this named Whitey. He filled me in on, he caught a life case back in the Gap, done 33 years, got in the law library and gave that shit back. And he said that he called him to his house and sat his paperwork down and sat Big Meech's paperwork down right next to it. and say he told him, you see what that case say? And he say, yeah. He say, you see what that case say? He say, yeah. He say, what it say? Say the same thing. He say, you see what my time say? He say, yeah. He say, you see what his time say? He say, yeah. What my time say? Life. What his time say? 30 years. He say he snitched. The nigga name is Whitey. I got links. I can send you the links to interviews he's already done. And that's who you, so all these who, if they just want to hear it from a who, and he just came home from fair, he just walked 33 years down that he gave back.
Now, let me, to be fair, right? Because one of the things that the snitch label, right? Like you say, when you don't know, you say you don't know.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, you're saying that there is no other way out of this situation with the feds.
Every federal I talk to, and the feds only do deals if you give something up, man. The feds got a stiff stipulation and guideline that they follow, fam. They don't negotiate. The feds don't negotiate. It's only one way to negotiate with the feds. The feds is not like the states where you tell your lawyer, go get, nah, I can't do that, my them people out their mind, I ain't doing no 25, and the lawyer come back say they knocked it down to 10. That's not what the feds do. The feds, this is, when the feds come, they got you. They ain't got to negotiate, bitch ass, and even if they got a 99.9 conviction rate on conspiracy, they don't even have to have evidence. They could just say you conspired to do some shit and lock you up, man. These people play different, man. These paperwork, man. Rule 35, man. Go look it up. It's on paper. Go look it up instead of running your suckers.
So my question again, my original question was, it seems like for whatever reason, we play favorites now. Like, let's just say that he is a snitch, right? They got people saying that they have the paperwork, all that. Does it even matter now?
Nah, it don't matter, man. Shit, if it mattered, Woody wouldn't be getting celebrated and getting a bag like a man. It's so many snitches right there in Houston that's successful. This with him, man, you stay away from me, man. Let me make it, man. Right there from my block. Broke my heart, man, when a ran you name down, man. Black and white. And you, man, leave me alone, my I don't even around, but I don't, that type of energy. And I seen your DeHaven interview and he was talking about, man, we ain't in the streets and now he trying to save kids. Hey, man, to each his own, but man, keep your telling ass over there, my nigga, because you have the potential to be a that don't have integrity. So at any moment, just because we trying to do this here and save kids' lives don't mean that you won't do some non-integral shit. Because you have the capabilities of doing it. You have the capabilities of being a nigga, a sucker nigga. Keep that shit over there, man. I took cases twice for this, man. And it's not bragging or nothing, but if I'm doing something, my and that is what it is. That's what it is, my nigga. I'ma stand on it, man. I f***ed up. I got caught, my nigga. I'ma eat that. Life, whatever the f*** it is, man. Hey, man, it hurt. But I got to eat that, man. Cause beforehand, I knew what these consequences was. I knew what I was facing. This ain't come up out of nowhere. They didn't make this rule up. Well, the U.S. government have made rules up on the spot for certain, like Al Capone, but this.
Yeah, they did. That's crazy.
Yeah, they made tax evasion on the spot for that nigga.
Yeah, they took the nigga out the game with that bullshit.
Yeah, you gonna pay shakedown, bitch ass nigga. Yeah, but you know what he be facing, my nigga. You was bossing up in the streets, boss up on that, my nigga.
Okay, I gotta ask you this, right? Since we on the subject. Is working with the cops, you know, like you watch these movies, right? And they'll have the cops on payroll. And
that's snitching, man. That's snitching. If you got cops on the payroll, you send them to bust another nigga, you snitching. If you working with the cops like that, you telling my nigga. And it's crazy because cops love the fuck out of me. If you would have told an 18-year-old me, nigga, that cops will be asking you to take a picture with you, nigga. Get the fuck out of my face. That shit don't make no sense. But at the same time, they know even though I ain't got no information to offer you, but they still know that we ain't gonna cross that line with smack like in no kind of way. And a lot of cops is some real. Not every cop is a bad. I was in accounting. We used to have this was sleep, and it was count time. And try to wake the nigga up. Nigga don't want to get up. So the lawman come in there and tap on the bunk, tell him to get up, and the nigga roll over and got a whole attitude, go all the way off, and tell the lawman that if you ain't had that uniform on, I'll beat your bitch ass. So the went back and finished count. The lawman finished count, and I'm sitting in front of the TV watching TV, and I see him out my corner of my eye, but I'm really not. So the taking his shirt off, and he didn't go back to bed. Sitting at the table, he tapped on the window, boom, boom, boom. He got on a muscle shirt. He tap on the window and tell that nigga, come outside. Yeah, man, like a G, whoop that up and down the salad port. That nigga tried to press the button on the lawman, nigga. Yeah, man, but every lawman ain't a whole ass nigga. Now, one question I do ask laws, and I asked about, this was still summer, it was about August. Cause like I said, I with them, but I hold their feet to the fire too. You probably didn't see the clip when George Floyd got killed and I was getting on them laws ass out there at Emancipation Park. When supervisor, shout out to Carlos Miller, he shed it on it. He's like, this is smack. Yeah, checking they ass. But I asked black law because black people, we got a real disease of being everything before we are black. And I asked the cops, are you a black cop or are you a cop that's black? If start revolting and fighting for liberty and their freedom from this system, what would you do if they tell you that you gotta go out there and arrest niggas, stop niggas, even maybe kill your own people for trying to establish their freedom? You, the niggas in the military, what the fuck would y'all do? Would y'all jump? Cause they gonna be looking to really, if not eliminate y'all, they gonna be looking to lock y'all up because y'all got the skills to teach the rest of the motherfuckers how to move in a military type fashion, in a militant way. Right. And they damn sure don't want the knowledge that they provided y'all with to get back to the people because it kind of, I ain't gonna say it evens the playing field, but nine is all the way out there. These people got drones, man. These people got robots to shoot the shit out of you with, man. These people, they so far ahead, man. These people here ain't even worried about casualties, and even if they do, some white folks die that live near you. Man, I truly believe these white folks will blow this before they give up control of this. Cause let's not be fooled. It's a white man's world. And speaking of that, man, it's Trump talking about he gonna deport all the essays. The audacity of the white man.
That's crazy.
The white man is a visitor damn near everywhere. He's either been welcomed in or he invaded. And if he was welcomed in, he turned around and done some to the original inhabitants of that land, only to turn around and try to tell another where they can go and where they can come and all of. The white man is a crazy nigga, man.
I'm saying, I don't even know how they let him get this off twice. Cause
that man, and it really don't matter because they put it don't matter.
I know. So what I'm asking you is, we all know the game is rigged. I'm saying they rigged the game for him to go back in when he got 37 felonies or some crazy. Yeah. He stole secrets from the government. He talked about grabbing.
From now on, felon should be erased from all applications, and that shouldn't even matter for no job. no housing, no nothing.
Right.
Or is that what we doing now?
I think that should be fair.
Is that what we doing now? No, that's not what the we doing.
I know.
Well, and that you see the hypocrisy, man.
Yeah. Back to it's a full circle moment. Yeah, full circle
The
moment.
hypocrisy of society, my nigga. This is crazy, and it's never ending, man. It's never ending, man. And you know, Donald Trump's, I don't think he's a full-blown racist.
I just think he'd be high side.
He know how to speak with racial undertones, and he know how to motivate all of these different factions. And he, you know, he's not a full-blown racist, but he know running on the platform Make America Great Again is a racist platform. That was Ronald Reagan's platform that Ronald Reagan. So he know it's gonna motivate racists.
It's like easy to manipulate people. It's crazy. Yeah.
He know that. Because what you gotta realize is Donald Trump, he can't be full-blown racist because he done got so much money with niggas. He know how useful niggas is. What you gotta realize is at the end of the day, Donald Trump is a New Yorker. He's an old New Yorker. He come from the era of New York where it was known for conning, pickpocketing, mugging, and this is his mentality. Look at him, analyze him. If he ain't a con man, if he ain't he picking America pocket right in front of everybody's face. He mugging the out of my man. That man sit up there and talk crazy about everybody, man. He's entertaining as but we gotta realize I don't know how long it's been since he's a political outsider. That's what they hate more than anything, because the majority of came up through the political landscape, activists, board of education, city council, mayor, governor, senator. They was in some kind of political arena. So he don't play politics. He just a monkey. And that's why the people, especially up there, they don't like him, because he don't adhere to those rules and those statutes that they didn't put in place to how we gonna play the game.
And he getting some sick off too, bro.
Yeah.
He don't even give a damn. He getting it off though. Yeah. He get it off. Cake ass shirt, man. Where can niggas get these, man?
You got me all hot, man. I gotta get more comfortable, my nigga. We getting real. Oh, hold up. Yeah.
Nigga gonna take the shirt off while I'm trying to promote it though. That's wild.
Man, them niggas see that all the time. Nigga got me up here, man. We going off. Got hot. Yeah. Well, it's the cake ass shirts. I got all kind of shirts. I got snitches need to register just like sex offenders. Funky shirts. I got shirts that just got my face on it for those who don't want the words on it. What else I got? I got Next Stop This shirt. I got a bunch of different merch. You could hit me up and it's you order it and I make it when you order it. So if you want any merch, you could just get at me like a motherfucker. But I want to, before we go any further and I forget about it, man, I want to give a shout out. Oh, before that, and I forgot to tell you because we got sidetracked. You asked me something. I want to also go back to the debt of gratitude that I owe Dallas. Because when I got out the penitentiary the first time, and like I said earlier, I pride myself in not being a small-minded individual. I've never been one to try to be divisive amongst my own people, especially with like where you stay and all that. That's not some I bought into, but the penitentiary made me buy into it, especially because of them hoe-ass Cowboys. And I know Dallas and they out there, but them hoe-ass Cowboys, nigga, with that Confederate gray and blue, the same colors that the COs, the boss men wear. Have you ever asked yourself why the COs in the jailhouse in the penitentiary wear the same colors as the Dallas Cowboys, fam?
I never even knew that.
Confederate gray and blue. But anyway, so when I first got out, me and my kinfolk, Dion, Captain D, and he became my partner, Savion Saddam from CPK, Country Part of Kinston, North Kakalaki. We came down here because Savion was rapping, and when we first got here, and I was fresh out, and I still had mayhem and malice on my mind, and I had that penitentiary mentality because Houston and Dallas, especially football season, and then at that time, Houston didn't even have a team, so the animosity was real high. And when I got out, I had that penitentiary energy, but niggas, it was an after hours because we got here about 3, 4 in the morning. And as soon as we hopped out the car, they knew we was from Houston and they went to showing us love. And I was like, and it let me know, I was like, damn, man, I'm up, man. I didn't allow this penitentiary to make me a small-minded and to buy into this division because they from Dallas and I'm from Houston, even though it was centered around them whole ass Cowboys. But and right then and there, I say, man, I could never allow myself to buy, and I never intended on going back to the penitentiary, but I did, but I never went with that energy ever again, or with that. When I did have a fight, it wasn't over no small-minded type. It was because others had done some small-minded shit, and I called that shit out. Now, I also want to give a shout out to my city, man, Houston. Houston is like the new Harlem. We're going through a Houston renaissance. It's a surge of Black excellence going on.
Crazy, bro. Going crazy out there.
People are just coming to realize what we always known. Houston has always had a party atmosphere, but now it's the #1 Black destination spot because we party, we have a good time, never leave Houston on a Sunday, and Houston is going through like a renaissance, and it's secretly being spearheaded by Steve Rogers. Shout out to Steve Rogers, owner of 5015, Off the Record. He just opened up a new restaurant called the Warwick over there on Westheimer. He been doing it for a long time, and he's secretly the brains behind the Turkey Leg Hut, and which is now it's closed and it's been bought by some new people. But the paperwork, I guess, haven't been finalized, and I guess they still trying to decide which direction they're gonna go, and it's hurtful, because I hate to see the Turkey Leg Hut had such a disgraceful fall from grace.
Yeah, man, that was one of the spots, man. You go there's line around the corner, Black people all over the place. It was just good energy in there, bro. Like, food was amazing to me. I don't know,
multi-million-dollar bag.
Yeah, man, the Black man, the Black woman look like a power couple, just a great story, and then it's just like
and a whole bunch of got in the mix because
of the sex discipline.
Yeah, sometimes ain't ready for a blessing. Sometimes receive blessings and lose them just so another can know what to do when they receive a blessing. It's hard, man. Because I with Lynn and I respected his wife. Because she was a beautiful sister, and she used to sit up there at her spot. They got everybody. If you've been, and if you've seen them now, they had they section, and she always sat up there real queenly, and you could see the admiration. And I heard the stories of the turmoil of their relationship. They say what they say. I never witnessed it, but if it is true, she still tried to provide a real queenly aesthetic about herself, and you could see the other women in the restaurant looking at her with admiration, you know what I'm saying, and aspiration, because they made it look real good, man. I can't lie, man. That shit looked real regal and real royal. You know what I'm saying?
So as Black men, are we throwing away our legacy just to chase it? I get it, how you say, men ain't here to be with one woman, but what about the legacy? of a man? Like, do we just throw all that away to chase women? Like, that seems kind of.
Yeah, that's moot and that's trivial if you communication is key. Communication can solve a whole lot. Communication and giving people an option. A lot of times women feel like I took the option away from them to decide. Like, okay, you tell her, hey man, I'm a with you can rock with it or you can't. The average, if she like you enough, she gonna rock with it because women had this inherent quality to think that they pussy can change it or they so special that after this get a taste of this, no, I'm still gonna That's just how it is.
Yeah, but I think when you do it on a level of disrespect that they say he did, he the worker while she was gone on a bank run.
In the restaurant.
That's what I'm just going off of rumors. I don't know if that's real or not.
That's the word, man.
I'm saying, but at that point, that is a level of disrespect
that is crazy. When I heard it, I really didn't. It was kind of like the Big Meats thing. I really didn't want to believe that.
Right. Like how horny could it be? Like, come on, bro.
And I like outside and I like doing all type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
But not at your wife and use restaurant, nigga.
Let me tell you something.
That's nuts.
When me and my baby mama moved together after I got out the jail because I just done county time when the lawman planted dope on me. I missed my daughter's birth. Right. I got out, we got an apartment together. And it was a that I had been trying to oh man, I want to this so goddamn bad, nigga. But this would never give me no pussy. So one day, my baby mom at work, I got my daughter, I just got home from work. I get a knock at the door. It's this bitch, man, this bitch got on shorts so goddamn tight it looked like she got Homer Simpson lips between her legs. This pussy was fat than a but I always do that. But this bitch, and she like, Smack, can I use the phone? And I was like, hold on. And I went and I got the phone. She was like, I can't come in. No, you can't come in. Man, my baby mama lay our head here. My daughter, she right at my leg looking up. If my daughter was crazy, she like, Dad, what you gonna do? No, you and then, well, I don't need to use the phone. You're a devilish evil. You ain't never want to give me a shot of cock, not smack a good. That don't mean I'm gonna be a good nigga to you. Bitches love to, they got the dream of having a good, especially a good that another got. Or if I can't have a good nigga, you won't have one either. You gonna live in the same misery with I live in. Yeah, man. I know. I had wanted to fuck that super bad too, man. I had chased that hoe for about not just chased her, but when I seen her, I'd try to fuck her, for about 2 years. And gonna want to come into my place and give you your ass on.
Man, I'm talking about
women love to think motherfuckers and all these. The power of the pussy. That pussy got power. That nigga, I was raised by Two Live Crew. Almighty. That whole ass, man. You that man. You some suckers today, man. You allow these to determine what a real man is. What a real. What bitch ass nigga? What does your heart tell you? What does your brain tell you? Can't tell me nothing about being no motherfucker. My own mama couldn't tell me about being no man. She could tell me what she required of a man or what she required, what she need. Nigga, I want you to wash them dishes, whole ass. But she could. My mama, when I hit 14, man, she knew it was over with. But I wasn't raised by a single mother. I had a stepfather and I had uncles, grandfathers. My mentor Salah, he was Nation of Islam. I had a bunch of men in my life. Man, my mama, man, but it was a different time. Women cherished having women didn't want they son not to have a male role model. You come in the house and then nothing will get your ass outside where the men at. Now they raising a bunch of pussy ass. They protected them from every goddamn thing. I remember the first time I seen one of them little motherfuckers riding a bike and had on helmet, knee pad, all this shit. What the f? They bubble wrapped this ass. You know how many scrapes and dings and nigga, and get your ass up and keep it pushing, nigga. That's why I ain't got no character, and that's why the world is up, man. And I really think that it's part of the system way of pussifying and emasculating, because if you make the man soft, you don't have to worry about any kind of rebellion or fighting back.
Man, that shit's crazy, bro. Man, I feel like, Smack, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like this could be a 90-hour interview, man, but you gonna have to come back for part 2.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much real shit. Before we get out of here.
Before I get out of here, let me tap on this here.
Tap on that and then tap on the movie. Tap on what you was gonna say and then tap on the movie that y'all come out.
The Jake Paul, Mike Tyson shit.
Oh my God.
I didn't even watch the fight. I don't even know what happened. I ain't been online.
That boy took money to take an L because he was on his ass for 2 rounds and then let up.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Yeah. This here, Jake Paul is a sample size of what the is wrong with the world today. Aside from the white privilege but just because I watched the documentary that they had on Netflix. I didn't watch the fight because they making a mockery of the sport and making a joke out of the shit. But he said something in the little 3-part docu-series. He said, I'm gonna be the face of boxing. No, you ain't that nigga. He also said hating on it. No, they not. They telling you the truth, dad. White men don't feel like nobody should tell them the truth. You can't be the face of boxing because see what's wrong? Just because you got the most followers on YouTube, you think you deserve that. You got who put in the work, been boxing since they was 8, done the Golden Gloves, fought for the Olympic trials, who started at the bottom. But you gonna skip all of that. Everybody wanna skip steps. You can't skip steps to success, ass. What you gotta understand is a private for a reason. You start off as a private, you work your way to a sergeant, then you become a lieutenant, then you become a captain, then you become a major, then you can be a general, because you just can't go from being a private to a general, because all this in the middle, you need that information, you need that knowledge, you need that experience. It's something on this level that you need for the next level. Everybody just think that they're gonna go from 0 to 100. Nobody, this entitlement is out of control, and Jake Paul is the living embodiment and definition of that. And his white privilege, what white privilege? That white privilege. For thinking that you just gonna surpass you put in some work, but the work that the face of boxing is the champion. You won against a 58-year-old Mike Tyson that ain't been in the ring in 20. You didn't fight 20-year-old Mike Tyson ass nigga. Cake ass nigga, you can miss me with the bullshit. He is still Mike Tyson. He ain't 20-year-old Mike Tyson. He ain't fresh out the penitentiary Mike Tyson. He ain't bite your ear out. Well, that might still do bite you, but you get to what the I'm talking about. You ain't fight prime Mike Tyson. Organize a fight with starting at least the number 10 boxer in the world and fight your way up. You ain't gonna do that because we saw what happened with you and Tyson Fury, brother. And I don't even think he was ranked like that there. And then them boxers ain't gonna even accept a real fight with you because you ain't put in the work that them boxers put in to say you even deserve a fight with them, no matter how good you may think you are or how the spectacles you put on, my nigga, how much money is worth. is not, everybody is not gonna sacrifice the integrity of something for money, for attention, to make the next happy. And that's where we are today. Everybody is willing to sacrifice the integrity of themselves, of different endeavors, of all this. Nobody has, and nobody gives a about integrity anymore. Don't nobody give a about what's said when they ain't around about them. It don't even matter. My name is the most important thing I got. You can call me what you want to, but you can't call me a liar, ass. And I'ma stand on it every time. Now, what I need the rest of you cake ass niggas to do is to get ready for this movie, the Houston All-Stars. It's a Boss Life Entertainment production, Slim Thug, Propane, Lil Kiki, Al D, Pow Wow, Zero, Jeff Shelley, Lil Darryl the comedian, Terry Grossman, D Hill, Kayla, what's the fine bitch? Kayla G, is that her name? And me as well, Double Cup. We premiering it this weekend in Dallas, but it's supposed to come out in January. Shout out to Boss Life Dre, Boss Life Rico, and we supposed to, whenever it drop, I wrote a spin-off of it, Burns Barbecue. We supposed to start doing that.
That's live.
My other movie, Fight Boy, if you ain't seen that, check it out. My music, go check that out. My commentary album, Your Feelings 1, 2, and 3, where I talk that shit. I'm thinking about doing a part 4. And just Google me, cake ass. I'm highly Googleable. If you don't know who the fuck I am, I really don't know where the fuck. Go check my 20v1 out, my blind date. Michael Delabou getting ready to drop another where they done a balloon pop and it's chaotic, you know.
Yeah.
And we got some going on, man.
Yeah.
I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm working with Reallyfe Street Stars.
Yeah,
You see,
man.
he already extended this. I'm gonna come get you this real. Man, one thing you never have to worry about is me sitting here just giving you some or just saying for the sake of saying it, or saying some for clickbait, or you know,
right.
It ain't gonna be messy.
Right.
Maybe.
I mean, it's just real. It's just real to you. So that's what makes it real.
It might be messy. I might get a little messy.
Yeah.
But it ain't gonna be.
You gotta get your hands
gossipy.
dirty. Right.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be gossipy. It ain't gonna be like messy.
Right.
You know, but it might be make a nigga be like, ooh, that nigga Smack. You heard what Smack said about you, cake ass nigga?
Man, that's what's happening, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I say, you one of them people, man, that move and shake shit on YouTube. I really appreciate you coming through, man, all the way from Houston, man. I can't wait to see the movie. You one of them entertainers. You be going crazy on the 20v1s. Hey, man, you know, SMACKWATER, man, you know, this is part 1 of many.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm recurring. And again, shout out to my city, Houston, everybody that with me, 5015. When you hit the city, make sure you hit that Alameda, my all that. Oh, I almost forgot. Shout out to my Scarface. Last thing, man, me and Scarface finna get ready to do a podcast.
Oh, breaking news. Let's get it. Yeah, you definitely need the podcast, my dog. Yeah, man. We looking forward to that. And when that drop, you already know you got love over here. We gonna share it. Hey, man, my boy SMACKWATER, you are a real life street star, man.
I was born in cake ass now.
Wait, am I uncaked now? Or am I still a cake?
You still a cake ass nigga.